One of the big things Israel's done to try and defend this genocide is say Hamas, right? The beheaded babies completely debunked. It was all the beheaded baby story was all it all was sourced back to one dude who said, "Yeah, I saw it. Lots of beheaded babies. Oh my God, they were beheading babies left and right." It was all garbage. And now most of the media, if they want to pretend to consider themselves even anywhere near accurate, have retracted all of that. But the latest one, the one from a couple weeks ago, is accusations of mass rape. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to jump out and say, absolutely no one was ever raped. I don't know. But I do want to say this, that even if someone were raped, still can't commit genocide. Yes, that rape is horrific and wrong, and I'm opposed to it. Still can't commit genocide. Still can't bomb children. Still can't bomb hospitals. Still can't dress up like goddamn doctors with guns and go in and shoot people in their beds. You can't. You just can't. It's all war crimes. It's all illegal. I don't care about what led to it. And of course, it didn't really lead to it. Israel's been A, doing this in slow motion for years and years, and B, Israel's waiting for something like this to use for these means. Anyway, but let's get back to this mass rape story. There were a few outlets that weren't just sourcing other outlets, right? That said they did their own reporting and they, confirmed this or whatever. But as we're seeing multiple places, here's from Max Blumenthal, as the Hamas mass rape narrative collapses, new evidence surfaces suggesting the Guardian reporter not only plagiarized NBC's similarly bogus report, she copied from the same document furnished to both outlets by the Israeli government. These are supposed to be two original reports on the mass rape allegations, and you can see from the highlights that they have word for word the same stuff in them. The only way you end up with word for word like this, if you don't say you're quoting another article, is if you have the exact same source of the article. And I don't mean the same person talking to you. You could have the same person talking to you, and you're not going to write word for word the same article. The only way you write word for word the same article is if someone sends you a document with those word for words, and you then copy paste it into your article. So clearly you have NBC News and The Guardian getting this article from, they've been sent it from someone. It's pretty clear it's the Israeli government. I don't think that takes, more than a couple of brain cells to rub together. But this outlet reached out to both The Guardian and NBC and received no response. Given the revelation yesterday that the New York Times is reinvestigating its own reporting on this subject, we hope this additional information will assist in bringing the truth to light. So the New York Times, which was a separate report about the mass rape, that article has also is being debunked by many people online who are carefully working on it and researching on it and looking at the sources. And the New York Times is now trying to defend their reporting. The journalist of that article, saying there was this evidence of mass rape, it has put out not a retraction but a defense where he claims, I've reviewed my own writing and I've decided my own writing is really good because I reviewed it and really good writing I did. It's kind of like when a corporation or the CIA is asked to review themselves to see if they're operating correctly. And then the CIA or a corporation will come forward and go, we did an internal review. It turns out we are awesome. We are just great. We did great. So the New York Times reporter, who has been has had his article torn limb from limb, has reviewed it and said he likes it. One of the main people that he claims was raped and then killed, the family of that person, and it's all horrific. I mean, I can't even believe we're in a world where this is discussion, but the family of that person has said they haven't seen no evidence or even heard anything saying that she was raped. So they're refuting it. And so we're seeing that steadily collapse. Also in Hamas's statement, and I know you don't have to say everything Hamas says is legit, just like you shouldn't believe just on face value the statements from any groups or people that just come forward and say they've done A, B, or C. But Hamas's statement is that is against their religion and was not the aim in any way of what they did on October 7th. and they've seen no evidence. They said in their statement, they said, although mistakes may have happened, and I believe the mistakes they're talking about are during these firefights, innocent civilians may have been hit. Their goal was not that at all. It was to take hostages. And of course, they were going to fire at anyone firing at them. But again, all of this is horrific, but none of it, even if the worst version of what Hamas did were the truth, you still can't commit genocide. You still can't kill 27,000 people. Okay? It's repulsive, and you're revealing yourselves. You're revealing what you really stand for and who you really are as you do that. So